Hello people, what in YouTube fam? My name is Kim Jackson and welcome to this latest episode of KLMFL Mangas, Friendship and Love. So today we're going to be talking about a more somber topic, a more minimal episode, just about the anniversary. A year in coronavirus pandemic in the United States. We first found about this, at least it was brought to my awareness back in, January of 2020. But literally the first case was diagnosed in November or December of 2019, that's why it's COVID-19, and it's crazy, you're just seeing it happening in China, in Wuhan, China, where it was like first, diagnosed, first tested, and seeing how it spread, how the city, and how the government of China really took action and locked down the whole thing, and locked down the whole literally city, and the whole province, really, region. And also how the WHO was leaning towards maybe declaring it as a pandemic, but not really declaring it as a pandemic, right? It's just very interesting to to see all of that play out. And in February and March, when it spread to Italy, and we were just like, shoot, it's not a good time to go to Italy, at this time. And I unfortunately was one of the people that was just making jokes about just not, because we didn't know how serious it was, right? We were just making jokes about shoot, man, it's not going to go to Italy right now. We shouldn't go to Italy. They got olives there, things of that nature. But they braced through it, with a significantly elderly population, and that kind of went it died down once we realized that it was spreading to other places like England and France. And when it the first case was detected here, and many more cases were detected here, and it's like, oh shoot, it's going up. And I remember sitting on the edge of my seat on a Wednesday afternoon, waiting for my school to lock down, waiting for my school to send out that email saying that we are not coming back. You know what I'm saying? And the Tuesday, the day before, all the other schools, surrounding schools, the UC schools, the CSU schools, the private schools, Disneyland even shut down. And I was like, that is crazy. Was Disneyland shut down and the NBA shut down? This is serious. And it was serious. And it's just crazy to be just, a year from now and just realize how crazy the whole year has been. The world has never shut down totally like that for a few months. The world has never done that before. We have never been through a crisis of this nature in my lifetime, since the Spanish flu, right? You just think about how tough it was for them back then too. They just had World War I, one of the biggest, casualties, one of the biggest atrocities, at that time. And, bringing the U.S. soldiers brought home the Spanish flu back with them. You know what I'm saying? Or they brought the Spanish flu there. Either one of those stories, either one of those things happened. And then you get into the heights of the 20th century, and then the Great Depression in World War II. So just thinking about the 1900s and how crazy it was for everybody, and how sad it was, really, for at least the Western world, right? On that part, but it's just interesting, man. Just interesting to see it all play out, see it all happen in real time. Then he had the Black Lives Matter marches for George Floyd back in June, and how that disrupted literally every other, the fiber being of everyone. Racism is real for sure now, but eventually people got tired of it. People were doing performative activism as well, and just seeing how it all played out. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to see it all happen. Then we get to the summer months, and the summer months were still filled with Black Lives Matter marches, the Black Lives Matter protest. But it kind of weaned away as we were getting to Labor Day, with people going back to work, with people trying to find work, and just I think those months were just all meshed in together. As I started a new job, fortunate enough to work for the school, since Best Buy was not paying me anything at that time. Working for the school, I was really happy with that job, really fortunate to have that job in the middle of a pandemic, or a panorama as I call it. And it's just crazy, just crazy. Halloween came through, cases were starting to rise, people were going out more. Then November, December, January, as cases got really, really bad, and it was just terrible. And how, Literally everybody. Like I feel like just a lot of people got it. A lot of family members, a lot of friends got it. And then we were stuck inside again because places were closing down. But as you were stuck inside because it was winter months, people were still associating inside, and that caused it to spread more. Um, but throughout the whole time, there was hate against Asians. There was, hate against Asians because Trump kept calling it the Chinese virus, the Wuhan virus, after WHO changed the name from the Wuhan coronavirus 19 to just COVID-19. Asians of all backgrounds, not just East Asians, but South Asians, Western Asians were just getting attacks thrown at them. And it was just sad to see. And especially, coming off the offset of that, of January, we had the Capitol riots, right? We had Trump saying that was a fraudulent election. The whole election time was just turbulence, and the months leading up to election as well, with so much propaganda, so much hate, just thrown at both sides, and just all sides really, including if you were independent. They said, you shouldn't be independent, you should be voting for at least one of the two. And it's just really was sad to see. Then we come back from the onset of that now to February and March, where there's just even more anti-Asian, hate crimes going on at the moment, right? You have almost 3,400, cases of anti-Asian, of anti-Asian crimes, and it's really interesting to see everything play out, the whole year, since the pandemic, and we never knew that it would bring about so much turmoil, like it has. But it's things are getting a little bit better in terms of coronavirus itself, right? Vaccine is coming out, cases are declining, people are getting vaccinated more often. Next month, a lot more states are vaccinating their people, vaccinating more people, at least openly, like 16 and up, 18 and up, right? Anybody that wants one can get one, right? So we're getting back to those stages. But it's just crazy to see how the government was trying to do what it could, but it wasn't doing enough to help the people that were really suffering, right? How, it didn't really help the black people that were suffering. It didn't really help the Latino or Hispanic or, Central American immigrants, migrants, right, that are coming. It didn't really help a lot of the Asians that are facing these crimes, against, Trump, facing the slander, it's just interesting to see. But coming off of that, it's not only the anniversary of coronavirus, but it's the anniversary of our entity. And 91BTV has been here for 15 long years. And on March 15th, it was our 15th anniversary. It's just crazy that, it came up in 2006, the idea of a man's brain. And now we're here with a full YouTube channel. Not just that, but just branching out, from that to selling products and services, to, music, to podcasts now. And just our whole entity is just growing and growing in viewership, growing in subscribers, just every day. And I'm just grateful for you guys being subscribed. I'm grateful for you guys watching, because you could be anywhere else, but you guys are here. And this year, like I said in my announcement at the beginning of the year, we have a lot more things planned. We have done a lot of things already. We have so much more that's planned for the channel itself. And we're glad that you're here with us. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it. Y'all take care.